Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Just Law on IQRA TV. I'm your host Ilyas Bulbulia and I'll be with you for the next hour. As our regular viewers are aware, on Just Law we normally discuss an area of law of interest to you, our viewers. Secondly, more importantly, Just Law is a live show. So whatever questions that you have on any aspect of English law, please feel free to pick up the phone and give me a ring on the number that appears at the bottom of the screen. On this show, I should be able to cover the wide range of English legal matters, ranging from immigration law matters, family matters, personal injury matters, etc. So whatever your question relates to, as long as it's relating to the English legal system, please do feel free to pick up the phone and give me a ring. Now, just a couple of points before we get going. As always, a few caveats. Live on air, obviously I'm not able to take very detailed information, and if it transpires that your query requires a more detailed analysis and more detailed instructions, then please feel free to get my contact number from the control room and we can have a discussion off air. Secondly, sometimes it transpires that I need to look at your documents before I advise you thoroughly, and again, if that's the case, please feel free to obtain my number from the control room and then we can have a more thorough discussion of air. Now, as always, as I said at the outset, we normally have a topical area of law that we discuss. Today, as always, it's a matter relating to immigration law matters, and in particular, the implications arising from the spread of the coronavirus within the United Kingdom and elsewhere throughout the world, and the specific impact that is having on immigration law related matters. Now, those who follow immigration news more closely, certainly lawyers who specialize in this area of law, will have noticed that the Home Office has started to deal with some of the problems arising from the spread of the coronavirus, and in particular, as our viewers will be aware and will be familiar, that the coronavirus initially spread from China. Particular regions of China were initially infected, and then unfortunately the virus then started spreading throughout the world. Let's take our first call before we look at this topic in greater detail. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Ji.
How are you? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, good. How are you? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Good, good.
Yes, my visa are going to finish next month.
Okay, okay.
End of this next month.
Okay, okay.
I think someone told me because of coronavirus, so everyone is going to close.
Okay, okay.
So what about my visa?
I think
I think I can apply before just 1 month.
Well, look, a lot of these visas, sometimes you're able to apply even before 28 days before the visa expiry date. So that's something that you need to bear in mind, that you may be able to apply now. You may not have to wait until 28 days before the expiry of the visa. Now that requires a proper analysis of when you got the visa, the type, the category of visa that you have, etc. But it may well be possible that you can apply now.
One of my friend, he applied earlier.
Yep, okay.
I think immigration refused everything, and all immigration fees and everything gone.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's why it's important to look at the category you're in. So let me give you an example. If you're applying for indefinite leave to remain and you're on a spouse visa, so you must complete 5 years in the United Kingdom, you can apply 1 month or 28 days before the 5 years are complete. Now, if you apply 2 months before your 5 years are complete, your application will be refused. Whereas,
by example, my 5 years going to finish right now, and my visa going to finish after 3 months. Can I apply right now indefinite?
You can apply now. This is precisely the situation that I'm talking about. You're on a spouse visa. You can count your 5 years from the date of entry into the United Kingdom. So once the 5 years come up, less 28 days, you can make the application. You don't have to wait until your visa expiry date which appears on your biometric card. So that's what I'm saying. Okay? Sometimes it is possible to apply early. And my view is, if you're ready to apply, if your financial documents are ready, in terms of your date for the application, you've completed the qualifying residential period, get the application in now. I understand that the concern that you have, that a lot of lawyers' offices may have to close.
Okay. And for definite visa, I can do fast track visa as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Indefinite.
Yes. For spouse indefinite visas, you can do the priority service where you get the decision the next day. Now, there are some applications where you can't use the fast track service. I think the long residence indefinite leave applications which are made after 10 years of long residence, from my recollection, that had been removed from the priority service facility.
When I apply for the indefinite visa, still I have to pay for NHS money?
No. There's no NHS money. NHS money is only payable at the initial extension stage, at the further leave to initial entry stage, extension stage, not at the indefinite stage.
Okay, so I have to pay just immigration visa.
Yeah, which at the moment, if you're on the spouse visa, at the moment is in the region of about £2,400. So it is still quite expensive. But in answer to your question, you should, by the sounds of it, it looks like you have completed or you're about to complete the 5-year qualifying period. So you can potentially look at applying now.
Right. Can I talk next week again?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
I have to look everything, and I will call you later.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully we will be on air next week. And by all means, if you've looked at your financial documents, if everything looks fine, by all means, if you have any queries, if you give me a ring, we can have a look at this again next week. But thank you very much for your call. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. So that's our first call relating to the issues which arise from the coronavirus outbreak. Now, what I want to look at today is what has the Home Office done? What kind of concessions, what kind of flexibility has been introduced by the Home Office already? What's likely to be introduced, and what you should be doing if you think you're going to have a problem. Now, first of all, bearing in mind the initial problem occurred in China, what the Home Office did straight away was to say anybody whose visa is expiring, and there's a specific date, I think from the 23rd of January 2020 to the end of March 2020. In that period, if you're a Chinese national, you're in the UK with whatever visa it is, if your visa is going to expire at that period, your visa will automatically extend till the end of March. So that's one of the first things that the UK government did as soon as it became aware of this problem, that people may not be able to return. They don't want people to make applications, an automatic extension of your visa without any application being submitted. So that's one of the first things that the UK government has done for people people from China whose visas are expiring soon. We're going to be taking a short break, and then I want to look at any other implications, immigration law implications, which arise from the outbreak of the coronavirus. We'll be back in the next couple of minutes, and we'll look at this in greater detail then.